Ladies and gentlemen, when I first saw this woman, I had to hunt her down at whatever venue I could find just to be able to say, I want you to come to my thing. I want you to have a feature because I heart you that much because she's freaking awesome. And then I would see her and I'm like, oh, she's got a show, but she's going to be there and I shouldn't be out, but I'm going to be there because she's so freaking awesome. And then she's like, I'm doing a show. And I'm like, we'll be there. We'll make it happen. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I sound like a little girl the way I'm acting, but this is a phenomenal feature, ladies and gentlemen. What I feel really good about, as you've heard me say before, the nice thing about being in cahoots with the NSA is we like to monitor everything. We here at the Cafe Gallery video record our open mics and our features, and that means that this is going to be a podcast. It's going to be up on YouTube, so you can't escape it. And anybody who's not here can always be like, oh, that's so awesome that I can see that anytime I like, because this is something that should not be missed. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dalice Malice. I used to fill my mouth up with all them big words I learned in school.
I'm gonna start over. I'm Dalice.
Hi,
I'm some serious back pain. Monitor, just like turn it down a
Are you
little.
from that area?
From Dallas? No, I'm from Michigan. Good old sweet Michigan. I love her dearly. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird.
It rhymes with malice, and she feels like she's got a lot of malice toward the world, and she said, yeah. That
Well, when I was younger, I used to be a punk, and I kind of picked up Dalice Malice back when I was a punk.
And it stuck.
And it stuck, so I'm Dalice Malice. You know, I played once and they were like, but you're like a country folk singer and Dalice Malice doesn't really fit you. But I had, I was wearing at the time my padlock necklace, and they were like, well, you got a Sid Vicious kind of necklace thing going on, so I guess that works. Anyways, I'm going to play this song. We'll see how it goes. I used to fill my mouth up with all them big words I learned in school. Now that I'm older, they're all boxed up in boxes in the back room. Sometimes when I'm feeling kinda sad or lonely, looking for a fix, well, I pull them out and dust them off, and that usually seems to do the trick. 'Cause it's lonely on this side of the playground. I'm playing in the road all by myself. If you were my man, you'd come and get me. If I was your child, well, I'd let you down. Yeah, I'd let you down. Yeah. I used to fill my head up with thoughts like I was gonna change the world. Such lofty aspirations for such a silly little girl. So when I took a minute to think, well, I realized if change is gonna come, oh well, it's gotta start with me. It's lonely on this side of the playground. I'm playing in the road all by myself. If you were my man, you'd come and get me. And if I was your child, well, I'd let you down. Yeah, I'd let you down. Yeah, I'd let you down. Oh, well, it happened once again. Began. Oh, well, it happened once again. all the big words I learned in school. This is my new favorite toy, my slide here. So I'm gonna play this little slide song and we'll see how it goes. Wait, don't fall off my finger. I'm gonna steal your man. I'm gonna steal your man. No, my mama knows she never taught me what it is them good girls do. Keep your knees together, wear clean underwear. Don't kiss on married men, just to name a few. I'm gonna steal your man. I'm gonna steal your man. No, my mama knows she never taught me. Back when I was just a little kid. No, my mama knows she never taught me. But the woman stole my daddy, sure did. Don't know daddy, don't know daddy, don't know daddy, oh, well, I'm just like him. Oh, I'm just like him. But I look just like my mom. But that is true. I look just like my mama, but it's my daddy that I keep on looking to. So I'm going to play you a little story song here called Above the Ground. Seems fitting for a poetry night. Space telephone, that's what that was.
Yeah. It's a single cell.
I had a visual in my head of an amoeba, and that's what I laughed at. Well, I had a man down in Missouri, oh, he said, take good care of me, told me not to worry. He said, tomorrow, well, that sun might not shine, and you gotta live your life like you're running out of time. 'Cause you'll surely be crying on that judgment day. So there ain't no reason to waste tears on me. I was just the daughter of a Midwest beauty queen. He was the son of a gun who was tall, dark, handsome, and mean. I'm gonna chase them city lights. 'Cause I'm sick of singing old country songs on karaoke night. Well, some days, oh, I feel like I'm just chasing my tail. I want the tales they tell the day I die to be the ones where I prevail. What do you think I've been doing wrong? What do you think I could do to make him proud? That old eye up there in the clouds. Oh, well, I try my hardest and I keep my head up and I keep myself above the ground. Well, I told that man every night and day, you'll go find me some money, honey, so we can run away. Judge, how was I to know that he would run right out and steal an old black Chevy pickup from the Walmart parking lot? Oh, he came home with a suitcase, said just take what you can. I guess he finally realized it was time for him to be my man. He kept his foot down on the floorboard and he kept it riding fast. I sat in the passenger seat, quiet as I counted up the cash. We didn't stop for gas until we hit that state line. We kept it real cool every time we saw them flashing lights. Oh, we just kept on riding till we hit that western coast, swearing the sunshine and the ocean would do good for us both. What do you think I've been doing wrong? What do you think I could do to make him proud? That old eye up there in the sky. Oh, well, I'll try my hardest and I'll keep my head up and I'll keep myself above the ground. Above the ground. Above the ground. Above the ground. And I believed every word that rolled off that serpent's tongue, and that sweet southern voice that got me hotter than the sun. No, well, I followed that man into the end of the earth, but I just came back crying like a widow in a hearse. I can feel it in my bones. Something is gonna break when that cold wind blows. But I know what I know. My heart, she's saying goodbye. Oh, she's ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. If I'm gonna make it far, I gotta go. I think I could be comfortable with all them long winding highway roads, and them headlights, they glow. My heart's in the passenger seat, she's whispering go. Well, let's go. Let's go. If I'm gonna make it far, gotta go. Put that old faded map away. good song on the radio. Stop wasting my time, oh I gotta go. Oh, I can feel it in my soul. Something is gonna break unless I find home. But I know what I know. My heart, she's saying goodbye. Oh, she's ready to go. Let's go, let's go. If I'm gonna be a star, I gotta go. So, for those who know me, and many of you don't, should know that I'm a bit of a princess. So I like doing this next little part here because I'm a huge Disney fan, and I think it's wonderful I was able to figure this out. I will show you the world, shining, shimmering splendor. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Wake up, darling Corey. How can you sleep so sound? Is it them little yellow pills I got that finally brought you down? First time I saw darling Corey, she was up there singing with the band. Some guy came over, flirting with her, found that switchblade in her hand. Next time I saw darling Corey, she had a bottle in each hand. In the left was Jim, in the right was Jack. They were her two-time and low down man. Go dig a hole in that meadow, go dig a hole in that ground, go dig a hole in that meadow. I'm gonna lay darling Corey down. Wake up, darling Corey. How can you sleep so sound? Is it them little yellow pills I got that finally brought you down? So I just went to my best friend Cindy's wedding this past weekend. I got to play her down the aisle. She's like, I really wanted you to be my maid of honor, but... And I was like, no, there is no but. Thank you for not making me your maid of honor. There are two things that I could really care less about. One is babies, and last time I said stuff about babies, I got a room full of lesbians really mad at me. And the second is marriage, which I'm sure if this was a room full of lesbians, they also would be pretty mad at me. So anyways, I'm going to shut up about that and play this love song I wrote about Michigan, because I'm from Michigan. I think I've said that already. So I don't usually do love songs, because they don't usually work out in my favor. So here's a love song about Michigan. Down here waiting at the station, 'cause my bus is running late. Thinking about maybe writing a letter, let you know that I missed you while I've been away. Oh, but I saved my ink and I saved my paper, plan on just telling you myself. 'Cause nothing's gonna keep me from you, even if I have to walk to hell and back. Oh, but I don't know what you see in me. I'm just this little country girl walking these big city streets. So someday I'm gonna find a way to get back home to my sweet old Michigan and her back dirt road. Well, my daddy has a red spot right on the back of his neck. Working hard I've been in the field till that summer sun does set. Well, I wish he could see me each time that I come out here on this stage. Well, it ain't farming, well, I'll give him that one, but I sure feel like I'm gonna make it one day or so. I don't know what he thinks of me, of his little country girl walking these big city streets. So someday I'm gonna find a way to get back home, back to my sweet Michigan and a back dirt road. So take me home, you dirt road, to the place where I belong. Sweet old Michigan feels like heaven. Just take me home, you dirt road. When the stage lights start to dim, when that curtain comes on down, when them voices start calling my name, well, I sure hope that I'll be around. Well, I know that I'm not as saintly as my mother might have liked, but I do, well, the best I can, and so far, you know, well, it has treated me right. Oh, so I don't know what you think of me. I'm just this little country girl walking these big city streets. So someday I'm gonna find a way to get back home. And if heaven's in old Michigan, well, that's where I will go. Anyways, I am Dalice. So I'm doing this thing. It's called the 52-Week Club. It's a club of singer-songwriters who get together and try to write 52 songs in a year, one for every week. And then every Thursday we're supposed to, keyword supposed to, get a theme to what we're supposed to write our song. Well, the last couple of weeks I have been not receiving that email, and I just got all of the past, I think, 4 weeks now, so an entire month. I just got them all, like, the other day. So I'm like quickly, frantically trying to like write songs to all of these new themes. And so this is going to be the first time I play this for anyone other than our cats and my mirror. But the theme was Speed of Dark, and I really don't quite understand what that means, but I wrote a song about, I don't know, a girl who is a demon. And that makes sense, right? So... She's looking someone she can call daddy, someone as dirty as her. She's yet to find him, but you know she'll keep looking until she's spinning in the ground. Dirty little black cat, oh, stalking through the graveyard, bad luck nipping at them 6-inch heels. If you should find her in a back dark alley, oh boy, you best turn around, 'cause at the speed of dark she'll stop your heart from beating again. At the speed of dark she'll stop your heart from beating again. And they say she's a demon. I tell you I'm terrified, my friends, 'cause I know how the story ends. Anyways, I'm Dallas. I don't know what time it is.
I would tell you you have another hour because I like you so much. But if you want, you can. If you have another one or two, I would love to hear it.
Okay.
Yes?
I can play another one or two.
Yay.
So I'm gonna play this one. Do you have any suggestions there, partner in crime?
No. Okay.
I'm gonna play you a song about waitresses. So this one also kind of comes with a weird story. So anyone know Robert Earl Keen? He's a country singer, Texan. No? Okay, that's totally fine. He wrote this song called "The Road Goes On Forever and the Party Never Ends," which is the chorus. And it's this great song about, you know, a girl getting hassled, she's a waitress, and then this guy comes in and totally punches this guy out. And then of course, as you do in country songs, they ran off into the sunset and robbed a bank. And then he got caught and she ran away and then has a Corvette somewhere in there. Or I don't think it's a Corvette now that I'm thinking it might be a
Pickup truck? What?
It's not a pickup truck. I know it's a fancy, fancy car. And I'm like Ian as a weird little girl from Michigan, strangely fascinated by these country songs where like boy meets girl and then they run and like rob a bank. And so I don't know why that is that I'm super into that, but I super am. And so I wanted to write a song, and I kind of did. The first song I played, or well, not the first song, but a song I played, Above the Ground, is kind of that narrative. But then I thought to myself, well, that's really not going to happen. There is not a single waitress in the history of the world who's ever been like, oh yeah, you're cool, let's run away and rob a bank together. It just doesn't happen. So I wanted to write a song about the reality of what would happen if a guy just kind of started hitting on a waitress in a country song. And so it's called Waiting Tables. Comes in smelling like smoke at the start of a double shift. And he comes in with a couple of buddies looking for a little trouble to get in. Well, he caught her right from across the bar, so she made her way to him. She said, what you having? He said, you, and that's where our story begins. She said, is that the best you got? You think I'm falling for that? You know, I ain't the type of girl to go chasing after a cowboy hat. Well, I know we haven't met before, so this time I'll just let it go. And I'll get you a drink, hell, it's on the house as long as you leave me alone. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And all them angels up on high. She's in the back of the Nissan, rolling a joint up with the frat cook, and her brake is up in 5. Oh, there's gotta be a reason why she just can't escape this tiny little town she grew up in, this god-awful city, USA. She says, well, I'm just waiting tables, waiting on them tables to turn so I can finally have my day. Musical interlude. up on high, table in the back of the restaurant. Had a $40 bill, but they didn't leave a dime. Oh, there's gotta be a reason why she just can't escape this tiny little town she grew up in, this god-awful city, USA. She says, well, I'm just waiting tables, waiting on them tables to turn so I can finally have my day. She comes out and lights up the smoke at the end of a double shift. She goes home and climbs into bed to get a little sleeping in. But before she can even close her eyes, that alarm clock starts to sing. And she's up in the kitchen praying and wishing that she didn't have to work again. I am Dallas, and I am in some significant back pain, but music makes me feel so much better, so I just power through it.
You and Johnny Cash.
Yeah, okay, speaking of this, so I just need to share this really quickly, and then I'll play one more song, and then we'll move on with our lives. But anyways, if you ever get the chance and have access to the internet, you should totally look up this video of Johnny Cash making fun of Elvis. Now, it's wonderfully interesting because I never knew this until I saw this video, but apparently Elvis and Johnny Cash really kind of did not like each other and very infrequently played in the same places together. I don't know if that's necessary. I mean, this is what I've learned from the internet, and Lord knows sometimes the internet can be wrong, but I like to believe that Johnny Cash was that much of a badass to be like, look, I really don't give a shit that you stole all these black people's music and now you're the king of rock and roll. Whatever.
He stole from other hillbillies too.
Well, yeah, I mean, but let's be honest, let's don't be silly. All music is stealing from people all the time. So anyways, Johnny Cash is making fun of Elvis, and it's absolutely wonderful. If you Johnny Cash makes fun of Elvis, and he like, whew, it's hilarious and totally worth your time. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyways, I'm Dallas. I'm going to play this song that I stole from somebody else, and then they stole it from Bob Dylan. This song's called Wagon Wheel, and
He stole it from Woody Guthrie.
exactly, it all trickles down to Woody. Anyways. Nope. I'm running down the... Oh, wait. How's it start, boyfriend? Oh, man. If I forget the song, it'll be classic.
Look at Johnny Cash now.
Just impersonate Elvis.
No, seriously, you want to know why my back hurts? It's because I impersonated Elvis. Well, I hear that train a-coming, yeah, it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, yeah, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps moving on. They put me in this prison way down to San Antonio. Well, I was just a baby and my mama told me, girl, find a man with money, he'll buy you up the world. Well, I shot a man in Reno 'cause he didn't treat me right. That's why I'm stuck in this prison every single day and night. Well, there's probably rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Oh, I know I had it coming. I know I cannot be free. Well, that train keeps a moving. That's what tortures me. since I don't know when. Yeah, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps moving on. Yeah, the train keeps moving way down to San Antonio. Dallas. I need to go home.
Oh, no, you know, it's the first thing first. I don't think anything went loud enough.
That's because I'm not really walking.
Give it a boy, give it else
Oh, now I feel bad because I just stayed and applaud more because you're just that awesome. And you know, I don't like country music, but God, I love you. You're just that awesome. Oh my
That's my
God.
whole plan in life.
You'll convert the ones who don't like country or something. I don't know. That was awesome. Oh my God, that was so incredibly awesome. God, I'm gonna sound like a girl again as I'm doing the whole thing. But, and that's the thing, because following this open mic, which is a poetry open mic, and it is, but I love music, I do. There's a singer-songwriter night, and I know that at least 2 people are here already. And if you're ever interested in being able to play afterward, because we're like the NSA and we want to record everything, we record this stuff and we put it out on YouTube and all that cool stuff. So, but I'm going to give people a quick rundown because we are going to wait maybe a week or so before we're looking for 14 features. But in 2 weeks, oh no, I won't even talk about 2 weeks because we got a bonus week next week. Some of you know Eric Esden. On the 18th of September, we've got Eric Esden for a poetry feature, and after that, on the 25th, we've got poetry himself. Some of you might know him as James. He's going to be here. We've got Dan Gatchik in October. I can start saying Marianne Schaefer. I'm just looking at the schedule, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to know anything about a schedule for a poetry open mic, you can always go to www.chaoticarts.com. Like us, chaoticarts.org/thecafe for right here at the Cafe Gallery. You can learn about upcoming new features. You can even see if you're interested in coming for a 2014 feature, because you can get one a year because you guys are all so awesome. And I've got so much to say that I can't even keep my breath to tell you all this awesome stuff. But thank you all so very much for coming up, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.